Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It is July, it's 2019, and I know I've been hitting you with these a lot lately, but I think that this stuff right here is incredibly important. And it isn't just for the end of times or anything like that. It's for weather warfare. There's a reason that I prep, and I think there's a reason you should too. Look at all the earthquakes and every other wacky thing that's been going on. Look at the storms that they're conjuring up down south. You see what I'm saying? Being prepared, having food to feed yourself, your family, and having the ability to have clean water is important. This Patriot Pantry helps me, and it helps you. If it didn't, I wouldn't run it. And that's just a fact. Anybody that's ever met me knows for a fact that I prepare, and I have this stuff in my vehicle, my house, and my office. So you should too. Or don't. But if you do want it, links are in the description. Check this out. Okay, this is going to be fairly quick, but here we go again. Here's Richie from Boston once again showing you the tarot card cover of The Economist magazine. I can't stop. I can't stop. And you know why? Because they aren't stopping. Take a look at this, okay? This is The Economist cover. This is The Economist magazine. It's a political magazine, world events. It's run by and owned by the elites. As you can see right here, The Economist Group, it's Pearson PLC, the Agnelli family, the Cadbury family, the Rothschild family, Schroeder, and Leighton. So basically and obviously, this is how they've been communicating with each other for years. Now, when they went with this particular cover, it was a big deal. It was a huge deal, actually, because everybody decoded it. Everybody was on it. Even people from the psychic world were in on this because it's tarot cards. Do you see what I'm saying? Tarot cards. Tarot cards are directly linked to occult, black magic, etc. And I know you can use them for good. I get that, but I don't use them at all. So there's that. But tarot cards go back a long, long way, according to historians, all the way back to 1375. And in 1440, the cards were most likely the origin of tarot cards, etc. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so when you look at the cover, you see the church on fire, Martin Luther, Trump is sitting on a flag that looks like a toilet on the United States, you know, the internet of everything, the sun's getting smaller. Blah, 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 blah. Why am I bringing all this up now? Well, because I just put a video up. I checked the comments and somebody mentioned an explosion in Texas, which got me over to here, which would be the Drudge Report, which is if I want to find something about the mainstream news, I go to Drudge. Drudge used to be one of us, not so much anymore. And I'm looking, I don't see anything about an explosion, blah, blah, blah. I see Osama bin Laden because we always have to have Osama bin Laden. And then, oh, well, I'm sorry. And his son. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, great. What caught my attention was this. Williamson warns of dark days for Dems. Dark days. The next line is Trump's psychic force. Dark psychic force. Williamson warns Trump's dark psychic force in America. And then I look up here and I see what looks like a witch surrounded by symbols of red and blue and red and blue and red and blue. So why does any of this make any difference at all? I think they're communicating a large event that's going to be coming very soon. We are in August. We have 2 months left until this. Remember this? Storm Area 51, still to this day, July 28, 2019, Associated Press is still pushing this. In a real world, the mainstream would completely shut up. They wouldn't say one single word about it, and it would die a small online death. But instead, they're talking about rural Nevada is not equipped for a big Storm Area 51 turnout. Do you understand what this is right here? Do you even get this? Does this make any sense? I've explained this in live stream after live stream after live stream. Area 51 is a military base. But unlike most military bases, Area 51 has private security. And that private security force will give them the perfect excuse to fire on citizens. Not that anybody's going to make it that far anyways, because getting to Area 51 is a long, 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 long way through the desert. But it's funny to see that it continues in the mainstream. It just continues. They keep talking about it like it's a Woodstock type event instead of 1.5 or whatever the number's at now. More than 1 million people have responded. 3:30 in the morning to a remote base. This will give them the exact excuse that they need to say, see what happens? We gave all these quote unquote conspiracy theorists a platform. We allowed them free speech. And what they did was they threatened national security. And then they will completely and totally, entirely pull the plug or something way worse. But this and this and this all ties together, and it's really, really bad. Do you see what I'm saying? All of it. All these everything that you see in the mainstream, everything that you see, this is all by design. Okay? Red and blue equals purple. Well, what the hell does that mean, Richie from Boston? Well, I'll show you real quick. Red and blue equals purple. Well, so what? Well, look at this. You remember these guys? See them all wearing their Dogon hats, the fish worship? The Catholic clergy wears purple robes in honor of Christ's crucifixion. Now, we know these guys don't care about Christ's crucifixion. How do I know that? Well, let me remind you.
Lucifer matutinus inveniat. Ire in quam Lucifer qui nescito casum Christus filius tuus qui regre.
Now, I know I'm a conspiracy theorist, but this is the guys at the Vatican singing a long, long song in honor of Lucifer, as you can plainly and clearly see. Do you see what I'm saying here? That's what these people are all about. Do you notice a special color that they're all wearing? Do you see what I'm saying? You dig what I'm putting down here? You picking up what I'm catching or whatever? Yeah, I'm trying to be hip, but it's not working. Do you see what I'm saying here? So, long story short, looking for an explosion in Texas. Instead, I see this woman making a strange face that reminds me of a woman casting a spell. And then I see the red and blue in the back. And then I see Williamson WARNS, WW6666, Dark Days Psychic Force, Dark Psychic Force in America. Williamson warns of Dark Psychic Force in America. This is how these people communicate. Always have, always will. And people like us will always try to figure it out and pass it on. Why do I think all this ties together? Because this is all the news is talking about right now. I'm showing you today's news, and that's all there is to it. Be ready, be prepared. I cannot possibly stress it enough. Hit your knees, ask God through Jesus Christ to tell you how and what to pray. God will surprise you. You'll be amazed, totally, completely, and 100% amazed. And for all those that think it's an act, let me just remind you of one little thing. Do you see that? Yeah, Richie's evil. Do you see that? Those are really old tattoos. They represent good and evil. Someone that doesn't believe in God doesn't put tattoos like that on themselves. I'm from the old school, where when you have a tattoo, it better represent something. Every one of my tattoos tells a story because I've lived a long life and I've seen a lot of things. And it freaks me out that I happen to be one of the people that's telling you what I'm telling you right now. Take my warning or don't. I'm out. If I were wrong, they wouldn't be shutting me down, and they are. I'm out.